Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Didn't think it would take this long to hit 1K. I thought we were putting out tremendous content day in, day out, giving you guys the plays, letting you know that we know what we're doing. And what does old John Boy do? Hits up the thought leader himself, Pete Overzet, gets him on the stream, gets a little boost, and we're finally here. We're finally here at 1K. Let's bring in Neumy to do his John impression.
I don't know if you guys have heard. The boys are buzzing. The boys are buzzing. Buzzing so much, in fact, that the good people at Underdog are here today to help us out because we're celebrating a milestone. Many can say we're finally going to get the coveted Neumy emotes, the Nez Nuggets, whatever I bring you to the table. Nobody knows. But many are saying the boys are buzzing, and it's going to be a wonderful day here at the BadgeBros channels. Let's bring them in now. Let's bring in Neumy and Nez.
I'm fucking crying. That was so good. You guys put me in a body bag. The cap off line of doing whatever I do here after the Nez Nuggets, the Neumy tilt, and doing whatever John does here. Like, it was too good. Oh my God.
I was gonna get the emote for you, but I've only watched 3 episodes of I Think You Should Leave, and I haven't got. I just got that little top hat guy, and I just saw that one, which was effing hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome. But John is the campfire. John, we got
goodness. Oh, yeah, how could I forget? Yeah. Let's gather around that campfire and sing that campfire song, huh?
Guys, that was brilliant. For like a totally organic, off the cuff little thing that happened, I was like, man, that was really good. That's probably exactly what I was coming in to say.
I wonder how many people are gonna like catch that until I have to like tell them that I was being John. Hopefully it's very apparent. Yeah, you're the hostess with the mostest. You are pretty much the reason that we're here today. So yeah, it's a day to celebrate. This is a big day for us. This is just the beginning too. So this is cool.
Absolutely, man. Couldn't agree more. Couple other things I would have added in there. Well, first of all, you guys both mentioned on the Underdog thing, like they've just supported us since the jump. Beautiful stuff. I think Nick Rudman was like one of our first ever retweets. And he was just like, hey, love the branding on these guys. And we had like 5 followers. It was just like us. And here, that Pete taking us under a wing. All the guests that have come on here that just took shots on us, man. Like the first time we had Crane on, very first guest, we had like 6 viewers. Like, just love to see it. Like the video got like 50 views. Mark doing the recurring stuff with us, and then the community, man, because this is what it was all about. We were guys who liked to draft these games, who were having a little bit of success in there, started sharing ideas, and we're like, how many more of us can we get together? That we were never set out to be like, hey, we're going to try and be like a show and influencer bros. It was like, let's just do some drafts together and see if people like it. And lo and behold, man, love it so much. Yeah, here you go. Here's another one. T-Box jumping in here. So appreciative that he came on, showed.
Was he the first badge ever on the app? Did he just give that title to himself, or is that facts? Like, I would believe it if he.
It might be a carryover badge from draft. They just gave honorary badge. Just gave it to him. They're like, this guy. Oh, yeah.
He deserves to be the first.
Yeah, with the info he was giving out, because basically, he had Rudman on speed dial 1. So yeah, I'm assuming as soon as this was going, the first daily of what, like a $250 to first NBA slate. Yeah, he was in there grinding it. Like, you know what I mean? He was there. So yeah, 100%.
Oh man, all the GMs in the chat, all the 1Ks. Thank you. Very appreciative. Each and every one of you represent a portion of that, right? Yeah, I love it. Thank you guys. Yeah, and then of course, we hit. I don't like to name names because you accidentally exclude people because I'm not smart enough to remember everyone. But be remiss not to just mention right off the top, Chad, Chris doing all the data stuff that we're progressively bringing up on here. So thankful for that. And then our boy Nikolai making some great shorts, some great cuts of the stuff that we do that's mildly entertaining, and he makes it look cool.
Yeah, good shouts for sure. This is a cool cool thing we got going. Cool, great community, and yeah, man, I'm just really excited to see like where things go from here.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, this is just one little minor blip as we push on, right? Like we're going nowhere for football season. We hope to be doing so much stuff for the daily football stuff in tandem with the people that we've already mentioned and some other potential new people as well. Yeah, it's a fun time to be on this platform. It's a fun time to be a part of this community, and that's all we've ever been about, right? Just having a laugh, having some fun. We're not here to dunk on anybody. We're not here to parade our winnings across the place on anybody. We're just here to have fun, right?
It helps for credibility, but
yeah. I will say just to show that basically what we set out, everything you said, and what we set out to do, and what we've talked behind the scenes. If anyone has watched our last maybe couple episodes, they just saw us with Pete. You're just getting used to us. I encourage you just to go watch 5 to 10 minutes of our first episode, maybe second one, to see how different it is. But I'm saying the core concepts and everything we set out to do is just there, and it hasn't changed. We're 3 guys that got in front of a camera, albeit back then very bad cameras, very bad setups, very bad everything, and we just
a lot less hair.
Ball. Yeah, a lot less hair. You know what I mean? And we just talked ball. We just came up. We talked talked the slate. I'm still tilting way back then. Nothing's changed. So
Nope.
yeah. It's fun. It's fun to see where we've gone, and for basically this to happen before we get to the next NFL season, it's gonna be real fun. I've already pumped. It's gonna be exciting. Maybe we'll get some preseason dailies. Let's get something.
God.
You're sick. You are sick. This guy's already looking for ways. He's already looking for ways to play Dwayne McBride. He's already searching for them. This guy, man.
CJ Ham, thank you.
CJ Ham, little CJ Ham preseason vultures. You want to see some real Neumy tilt? Give me a CJ Ham at the goal line when he's got 75% Dwayne McBride in week 3 of the preseason.
Oh my God.
Oh, brother.
I can't get there. I cannot get there.
Oh man. What do you guys say we just jump right into drafting today? Is there any? Oh, okay, let me do my due diligence here. Is there anything else you guys want to say and or chat about? And or prospects for the future, stuff like this? What you guys want to go there, or do we want to just do what we do?
Just do what we do best, man.
Yeah, do what we do. I will say it's U.S. Open week, so you'll be getting golf content from me on the Twitter feed and on the golf thread on the Unhinged channel. We not only got the golf dailies, but we got best ball in the Albatross and the Albatross returns kicking back up for that 3rd round. So it's going to be
maybe
really
Friday. Maybe Friday to start after we've had like 1 round of US Open. We could do like a mini Albatross sweat, like just like a peek in, to see where my guy's at.
Yeah, we can dip in for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just checking it. It's just,
Yeah,
I mean,
3.
your one squad will take about 1 minute to look at and be like, oh,
hey,
100% advanced. Can't hate on that.
100% advancement. You can't argue with the math, buddy.
That's right.
Oh man. If you guys want to jump in the honorary definitive 1K subs only, maybe, hopefully, BBM, it is now. Oh my God, I was the last one in.
Wow. Hopefully that's because people were already in, because we kind of teased them a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, we got Mathology,
raise it.
Okay.
They're just gonna be like, hey, we were just hopping in our normal draft, and all of a sudden you guys
literally, right?
Yeah, I think we might have cooked.
Oh, thanks, Carl. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Kid Cuddy. Love it. Thank you guys so much.
102. Maybe
we got the 102 here.
Maybe no, there's no way that a guy with the name of Pandal Cunningham is passing on Jefferson. There's absolutely zero shot.
Pandal Cunningham was in one of our drafts earlier too, so probably a viewer of the show or friend of the show.
Come out wherever you are. If you are in the chat, say hello, please.
Yeah, please do.
See here. Yes, I mean I mean for me it's if Jefferson falls, take Jefferson. If not, Chase. Your guys, is that as simple as that, or?
That's kind of where I'm at right now.
I think so. I think you kind of have to play the you gotta respect the ADP here. If you're doing a lot of BBMs, I think you really have to just kind of take what the field gives you in the first 3 picks.
Yeah, so Chase here for sure. And John, not to this is my last golf detour, but I mean I can't not touch on the fact that arguably one of the greatest moments in golf. I mean, in the last I don't even know how many years. 72-foot eagle putt in the 4th playoff hole. Homegrown Canadian Nick Taylor just sinks it. And then my favorite part is fellow Canadian golfer Adam Hadwin comes running onto the green with the champagne and just gets stacked by a security guard. Have you not?
Like
have you seen
a perfect spear? It was like form tackle, like Brian Urlacher.
And he goes,
Goldberg slapping the thighs, ready to get him with the finisher. You know,
it was amazing. It was just the funniest thing to watch. But yeah, that was that. I mean, for not having as much action as a sport, you know, the thing is, how do you watch golf? It's paint dry. All the action built up to that. Wow. I mean, that was truly unbelievable for the first Canadian in nearly 125, 30 years to take home that title. Like,
I looked it up after. Whoa. Yeah, I think it was like 19. No, I don't think it was 100 and something. I think it was like 1940 something, 1950 something. Yeah, but still, like in the modern era of golf,
that's what it was.
Dude, I'd never heard of. And let's be real about the Canadian Open. Like, it's only caught steam the last like 30 years, 25 years, something like that. Like, we used to go when it was here because it used to rotate, but it was called the Air Canada something was the previous sponsor, and it was here. And my grandpa used to like do like volunteer at it, so we would go with him and just get to like, you know, roam around and try. But like back then, like you'd get weird. Tiger came one time. Yeah. Yep. That was
the reason it was so hyped up is because it was basically coming right off the it was 2020 or 2021 when Liv came, and then all of a sudden it was that happened, and everyone rallied for Rory, and Rory came and won. It was one of the biggest events. But yeah. Anyway, last thing on golf, that was awesome. Go Canada. That was really fun to watch. I've watched that putt like 5 times already this morning, and I can't stop watching it. It was awesome. So
yeah, that's sweet. For I've told you guys in the past that like my grandpa's a huge Canadian golf guy and just follows like the Canadians on tour and stuff like that. So Nick Taylor being like a local guy from around here, his club is, you know, in Abbotsford. It's awesome. It's like 30-minute drive, so pretty cool stuff.
Is Nick Taylor now a guy to watch in the rest of these tournaments? We'll find out.
Nick Taylor's a gawk, man. A GOCK, a good old Canadian kid.
Devonta?
Yeah, I think we try and set up the Devonta plus Hurts. It feels best.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
definitely. This is a rare start, especially on stream. Like, we got lucky. Usually Devonta Smith goes at like 15 if you're drafting on stream.
Well, our boy Pandle is a freaking I'm assuming Vikings and Eagles fans if he's a big so he's just this scares me a little bit.
The other thing that we have to fall back on too is like Mahomes with the mini correlation if we wanted it with Jamar.
That's
we
fun.
Could have done. Yeah, but I think after we do that, we take Jalen, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think the Jalen would have been is QB1 for us, and if like we got sniped on Hurts for whatever reason, then Mahomes is like the backup option having Chase. So that's definitely the way to go.
We are seeing a bit of a quarterback slide right now.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
If we want to talk about let me cue you up here, Nez. The quarterback slide. And then the 2 cover boys, one of which has already been drafted and another which is sitting on the board right now, are kind of like the fallers of this week. I don't have the Underdog official data yet. I'll check my email in a second, but I don't think it's come through yet. But just, let's talk about that. What do you think here, Nez?
Well, I think the Barkley FUD is coming. I don't know that maybe it's picked up enough traction yet. Maybe it's too early in the morning. Maybe people are just sharp enough that they don't care. But the Barkley FUD is coming. I think you are going to start to see screenshots, or maybe in your own drafts, of people getting him close to the 2-3 turn, just because he is like kind of like laying down the the possibility that he called out. Now, my take is that I do not think that that is going to end up happening, but he is putting out the word holdout. And whenever the word holdout gets out there, it always affects draft capital. So that's for sure coming. And then the second news is on Breece Hall, where, you know, there was rumblings about Dalvin Cook potentially going to the Jets. I do not think that that's going to happen either. But the word from a beat writer who was, you know, kind of speculating, but basically saying that, you know, he's not 100% certain that Hall is going to like be like ready for RB1 workload week 1, and like fully anticipates Izzy Abanikanda like being involved early.
Wow.
So that's just like speculation.
That goes back to like big board thesis area.
Oh, we're so back.
It's like, yeah.
And the only reason
so back.
And so like the only reason that's gonna like I think move Breece Hall, as we see here, he's a pick 30, so it's not really hitting here. But anytime like Levitan boosts something like that, like it affects the markets, and Levitan has done that. He is, you know, circulating that story, highlighting that quote. So I do think that this is something that we could potentially start to see, but we haven't seen it yet. So I am interested to see how far Barkley can fall in some rooms, and I probably won't take him at ADP just because I want to see how the market reacts.
Okay,
I like that.
Yeah, going back to the Barkley one for a second, as I'm like looking through, like everybody kind of saw the quote from yesterday, right? But he had another little interview that was circulating this morning. I guess it was like 2 hours ago, where he was basically saying that he thinks the top 3 tagged guys, him, Pollard, and Jacobs, he thinks the NFL is kind of like doing something to make sure that the free agent cap for those players doesn't reach 10 million in the future. I can find the exact quote. He goes, "They tagged the top 3 guys. We didn't even get a chance to hit the open market. They put the cap at 10 million. And when they have the tag, they have all the leverage. That's the reality." So, I mean, he's just kind of like honestly answering exactly what we kind of all know, right?
Yeah, and he understands that he doesn't have a lot of leverage here, but the Giants also understand that like he's a key component for them. So I do think that something will get worked out. The tag is just like so immoral. We say it all the time. The tag sucks. And this is probably the last time that the tag is going to be worth 10 million, because RB salaries are not getting higher. You know, they've been, there was a tweet. I think it was someone from Fantasy Points. I forget his name, unfortunately. I'll have to look it up. The percentage of salary cap dedicated to running backs has been like steadily 8% for the last like few years, and it's not getting higher.
Christian Watson kind of seems like the falling value here. We could do something funky and do Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow, and then shut it down at quarterback and go fully correlated. Which do you guys prefer?
I prefer Watson personally.
I think Watson, but I like the thought. Like it's definitely.
I don't really see Watson fall to 47, to be fair.
Neither have I.
I've seen people take him at the 2-3 to get correlated with Jefferson,
right?
Because he rarely doesn't fall this far. But if you were to get Jefferson and have Watson fall to 48, that would be just like the nut first 5-round start.
Really well put. Yeah, I mean, in this range, like you're usually looking at Judy, Terry, and Kirk almost always, some combination of that.
Right.
Marquise Brown pushing up to there. It's not crazy.
We could do Mixon just as a stack.
We could do Mixon. We could do Aaron Jones and think about a love thing later. We could do Kenneth Walker and just be like, that's the anchor. What do you guys like?
I like all those picks other than Burrow. I don't feel comfortable doing Burrow with this start, but I think
I don't know.
Mixon makes sense.
It's tough for me to have 2 quarterbacks in the first 5.
Yeah, like as fun as it is to gal brain that is, I think. I mean, like I do a lot of dumb shit with my teams, right? I like to have fun with my drafts, but I think that's a bridge too far. I did something similar last night with our boy Fantasy Dog Pound, who's in the chat right now. Shout out Dog Pound. Had a fun stream with him last night. and I got a Herbert with a falling Trevor Lawrence, and the team was not good. It had like it was just really not pretty. I ended up having to force a lot of like Carolina correlation to make the Lawrence pick make sense with Christian Kirk. It's tough with that much draft capital.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right there. Lots of nice shouts in the chat. Yeah, good to see our guy T Bear chiming in here. The pound, you gave the shout out to being on there last night. Ray's it's in the draft with us and hanging out in the chat. Chris G did a stream with Pete on Saturday night behind the paywall there. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I'm definitely going to go back and watch that one. Chris won. It was the Gauntlet, right? Won the playoff.
Yeah, OG Gauntlet.
OG Gauntlet on the site. He does some writing and that stuff as well for 4for4.
Yes. Yeah. He's a 4for4 guy now, dipping his toes in the content stream. I got to get a drink with Chris sometime soon. It's been too long since I last hung out with my guy. So got to get a little DFW reunion together sometime soon.
Not to open up the small sample size argument, but Chase, Smith, Hurts, 0.45%. It has only been executed once in the chat so far.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. The trio of the finding like the combinatorial ownership with the trios, I will say is like a lot of the time, like it gives me like pretty small outputs as far as like combinations go, but hey, 0.45% is minuscule. And based on those values that we got on all three of on Hurts and Smith, I do think that is rare across all drafts as well. So
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So just a benchmark, just another tool in the old toolbox, right? Nothing definitive about the statement, nothing, whatever, just recognition that, hey man, the more stuff we have, the smarter we're going to be. And, yeah,
you had a free shout at your boy Toolshed, and you didn't even do it.
I'm maturing, Neumy. I'm maturing.
you could have just had a quick tool shed and didn't like wink and then kept going, but nah, he's like box and just go. I was waiting for it too. I was waiting for it. Like I think I heard you already say tool shed, and then you said, "Oh
man."
We'll get to some tool. Well, he's not on the slate today, but we got some baseball talk after this, so we'll find a way to work in
that's true, man.
the old tool shed. Ginger Sauce has a pretty unique start going. So he started off with the Dallas stack, and the 11.
Got it. Okay.
I've done that before. It's
where you push up Pollard.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'd do it with Amon-Ra. Sometimes I'll do it with CD, but stacking up Dallas there is kind of fun just to like, that's the only way you can do that.
This is the anti-piss boy room. We could do a Mike Evans. We could do a little stack with the Tony on the bring back there. We could do the stack with Swift with Hurts after a little bit of good Swift news today. Who do you like?
I like Mike Evans.
Evans or Swift, I think it would be my choice.
Let's do Swift first. I love the idea of building out this three-way stack here.
And then it probably makes sense because, running back we have so many options at wide out there that we have one, two. It's like there's two guys that I hope that could end up falling. I guess you can throw Deontay in there. I'm not a big Deontay Johnson guy, but
we got some good options. Like this room is being very kind to us. I will say, like, this is a very fun start in the first 7 picks. Like, this is better than all my teams look in the first 7 picks. I'll say that.
Definitely the least piss boy room we've been in a long time.
A little bullish Dalvin Cook pick. Okay.
What do you guys think of Burks here?
I think it's shooting the moon on the upside, and I like that aspect of it.
Okay. What would you do if it wasn't Burks?
Tony on the bring back, but I know Nez doesn't want Tony.
Let's do Tony.
Is he capitulating since Friday?
I think I am. I have sort of like backed up. Like I will say I was a little like your prediction of 806. Like I think that's not an awful outcome if he gets 806 at this pick. It's not the worst. It doesn't kill your team. And with Mixon and Chase there, I think, and we have enough capital at the wide receiver position as well, to kind of like, if Tony is like so boom or bust that it kind of does kill your team, I think we're able to absorb that based on this start as well. So I think this is like a start that it absolutely makes sense to take a shot on Tony with Mixon and Chase on this team. I'm still going to be underweight on Tony, but I am like kind of backtracking how vehemently against Tony I was last stream. I apologize.
There were some fun ones in the chat there that we could have done. The double tap the Pittsburgh guys, that's kind of fun. That would have got
GA just trying to like get me excited. He just wants
he's just buttering you up.
It's funny because if you would have actually done that without him saying that, his comment would have been shocker. Nez takes pick, guys.
Yeah, exactly. We know you, GA.
Yeah, the Quentin Johnson one. I mean, he's getting some steam right now, and he's pushing up a little bit higher than he has been in the past. Blake with a, dare I say, flip the board build of doing the Amon-Ra plus Pollard at that end. You know, I think I like Lamb more in a vacuum, but I think I like, if you're going to flip the board, I like this build better. Does that make sense?
If you're going to flip the board, you like doing Amon-Ra and Pollard, you're saying, more than
doing CD and Pollard.
Yeah, I think like ceiling projections would probably agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting, opposite teammates on, on the week 17 correlation. Sure, I'll pass. Chris G sent me a draft that he did via text, so I can't like pull it up right now, but he had the same start we had with Hurts, Chase, and Smith, and he actually did take Joe Burrow at pick 50.
There you go.
So, yeah, he's got bigger stones than us, and his team actually ended up like really good too. So that's a fun team from Chris.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I really like the idea of being able to do that. That's cool.
Yeah, he got some good value.
Yeah, I wanted to say one thing about this because we had a little bit of ADP conversation after Pete left on Friday, and we were kind of relating ADP to the dailies, and then we were talking about, combinations in these contests versus the dailies, and obviously the dailies having smaller rosters and all this sort of thing. One thing I said to the boys on the weekend, and nobody responded to me because they were living life, was the fact that with ADP in the daily contest, you gain more by buying a dip of ADP in a season-long contest than in a daily contest.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. No doubt.
Let's make
who
the
do you guys like
and
here?
then have you.
Yeah. This sucks.
This is pretty tough. This is pretty tough, I will say.
Sutton, I guess, like his name just stands out comparatively.
Sutton isn't. I don't think you can go wrong taking the top wide receiver on the board. Like, I think that's okay to like throw our hands in the air and like let's take Sutton.
Yeah.
I think that's okay if you're not sure. Like, and the top pick on the board is a wide receiver. Let's just play the data. And the data says like that's never a bad pick. Essentially, is what it says. But now, I'm thinking like for tight ends, like I don't know, like Njoku I think is interesting, but I would probably feel better at running back.
I kind of just want to be like, yo, fuck it, Richardson, and we might just have the two best quarterbacks.
Okay.
I mean, there's backstack options, and you really don't need them, to be honest. I don't think you can get one and be good. So we could take Anthony. We could take him.
It's fun.
You guys like it, or you want Njoku?
Do it. No, take it.
It's fun. Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
There's like I've said, like every stream. I have a good amount of Richardson, obviously, as he's been slowly falling back. But yeah, I love shooting the moon on him. And then, like I said, I've talked about Alec Pierce, Woods. There's options back there, and maybe I'm crazy, but I just don't think, even if like you get boxed out, it's like, oh shoot, I have an unstacked Anthony Richardson. Oh well, it's like he's just my QB2 to Jalen Hurts. Like, is it that bad?
And the stack partners are cheap if you want to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say, John?
Well, I was just gonna say, are there two higher ceiling quarterbacks to pair together right now than Hurts and Richardson?
Well, I mean,
maybe Fields.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Lamar.
You could
obviously like the higher
top
price
yeah.
QBs, but
I see what you mean.
This is such a fun way to get Richardson and like absolutely absorb the hit if he like sucks like way more than he's good. Like I would say, even if Richardson like gives you like way too many like sub 15-point games, which like is not going to do it at that ADP, he'll still give you like a 30. I think he still has like a couple 30 burgers in his bag, you know, if he's way more variant than we would like, but we can absorb that hit with Jalen Hurts. Like that's what getting the value and taking the value that the board gives you in the first 5 rounds allows you to do, is allows you to take some like really fun detours. Like let's take a luxury Anthony Richardson pick. Let's, you know, take a luxury like Tony pick, because we can absorb these hits because we got so much value early on. So I like what we're doing here.
Yeah, I like that.
I will say, okay, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say to Charles's point, I think I like Boyd. Like we've been quite open about liking Boyd. I don't think I like him that much on this roster when we don't have Burrow and then we have like a Mixon Chase. Like I think I just want to shut down my exposure to that game. Like we got Mixon, we got Chase, we got Tony. That's it. Yep. You know, that's if you don't have the quarterbacks, I don't think I want to do that.
Are you guys actively clicking Juju? Is this just a hole of mine? Because I don't have a share of Juju Smith-Schuster.
I think I'm at like 6%.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be a big hole on
he's as we say in baseball, he's oatmeal.
Yeah. We want to talk about oatmeal. I want to talk about oatmeal, not to open some sore wounds right here, but oatmeal himself had 5 home runs in the first week of the season and has had 2 since.
Yeah, I was really expecting the dad strength power surge, but not exactly what we've gotten there. But he's fell quite a bit in the 7th inning stretch. Brian Reynolds, for everybody curious. I think his ADP makes way more sense now.
Yeah,
and I don't even take him that much in the 7th inning stretch.
Dang it! That would have been really fun to be able to scoop up Gibson. I think we need to come away with one running back here for sure.
Okay.
You guys know like who I want to take here, so
okay,
Herbert,
fine.
Which is fine.
I mean, if you're gonna tempt Nez on a wraparound corner with Khalil Herbert and Eli Mitchell, like he's just fucking clicking that button every time.
I never get drafts like this in the privacy of my own home. Only on stream do we get the Nut Nez drafts, and now I just have to like watch you own the team that I wish I had. Like,
well, Panda said no. Oh, come on, you really take?
Oh, Elijah goes there. Okay.
If you want to double up on that game, on the Kansas City game, like McKinnon is there.
Yeah.
That's fun. That is another. I said we were done with that game, but I think that's a really fun way to play that game when you don't have
a shootout and they're passing.
Yeah, and you have both running backs, and then you have the alpha receiver on either side. Let's do it. That's fun.
Hell yeah.
That was fun.
Let's get in on like one of the most exciting coveted games in week 17.
It's fun too, because like we're doing it without the QB stacks. And I feel like that makes people uncomfortable. Like there's no reason we could go in on this game and we don't. That's not true at all. Like we still want exposure to this game, and we're getting it in some of the best pieces possible. Like obviously we don't have Travis Kelce, but minus that, like if it's not a Travis Kelce game, that opens up for all these ancillary Chiefs. It basically comes down to, will Travis Kelce score all the touchdowns, or will he get one and then share them and spread them? Like,
This is one that we talked about the other day that we kind of liked, but instead of spending the capital on Juju, doing it with Tyquan late.
That's what I like. I like Tyquan a lot later. I nothing against the Pats. It's
nothing
just
against
101.
Yeah.
It's just the price tag for Juju. I've just been like, there's certain players I'm like, I'm not really in on that.
It's
yeah, this is so accurate. It's so accurate. It's like, yeah, we're done with that game. We're done with that game.
Yeah, we're done.
What about McKinnon?
Now we're done. And now we're done.
Ooh, breaking news. That is fun.
Yeah, how does this affect the Nuggets? Oh man, the line is just shifted by 10 points. Heat are now favored.
Yeah, we walked that one back a little too soon. The Heat looked so good in game 2, and then we were like getting into it, and then we closed that segment by saying, Yeah, but remember game one's just living rent free in our heads. Nuggets at 5. Like,
Yeah, and they shot the lights out. They had all the calls. Everything possible
they
went
shot
the Heat's way.
like 48% from 3, right?
It's like if they don't have, I think Crutches put out a perfect tweet. It's like if all of these things don't go the Heat way, the Nuggets win. And then he goes, only one of these things need to go the Nuggets way, and the Nuggets win. I'm like, it's
there. That's
Pretty good
beautifully
thesis.
put.
Yeah.
Best of luck, Chip. Hopefully for your sake that does come to fruition. I know you got a sweat there. I think somebody else was sharing a Zamboni sweat. I know DJ Mitchell was up there. I know RT99 was up there, and I think Chip was up there for the Zamboni as well. I mean,
Wow.
Yeah, we got some big players with some sweats right now.
Chip's just going for like he's just going to be it's just no longer Mount Rushmore. It's just going to be the one head, and it's just going to be Chip.
Jeez, man, we're gonna have to refine the rankings.
Goodness gracious, Chip, relax, buddy. Let everyone else win a little bit, huh?
Unreal,
the reason they canceled the Heat check, they were tired of you winning.
Yeah, they're like, we got to do something.
There you go, Chip's second in the Zamboni. Look
at
this. Like, we're talking about it. We're talking about it, and Chip goes Lake's running away with the Zamboni. The actual fact is what Blake says. Chip is second in the Zamboni.
He might be running away with it, but Jesus, man, Chip is,
and he's still tied for first in the dance.
Yeah.
Does anyone know?
Yep.
That can confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Goodness gracious, Chip, relax, bud, relax.
Love to see it.
Chip's gonna be a menace to the daily streets. He's gonna have an unlimited bank account max by like Wednesday night. Okay, well,
I think
my boy is staring at me, but
Jalen Warren or tight end, and I like Higbee.
I was gonna say Higbee. Okay, cool. I like the Rams here. I don't know when I see the Rams, and it's really happy to see Mark on the same page and all of his exposure. I'm like, yeah, more Rams, because I'm just buying in on them.
We could double down on Rams without having the quarterback and take Jefferson on the way back too. We could do Jalen Warren as just like a running back, but I think we're pretty good. I don't know. I think
so. If we did Warren, I think we could cap it at 5. And
I'm not pounding the table for Jalen Warren, but Jalen Warren makes a lot of sense on this team.
And it's a little. I'm down for Jalen Warren.
Okay.
We just need a little.
Explain to me.
We need a little floor at running back. Okay. Like Jerick McKinnon is fun, but like McKinnon could be a 0 like for like more than 1 week for sure. Herbert, I love Herbert, but like obviously
Swift could easily be a 0 for how many weeks? Like
like these guys are fun when when like things go right for them, but Warren I think offers us a little bit of insurance in case like these running backs don't hit as often as we need them to, and we haven't. This is easily, I mean, other than tight end, which we can make up later in the draft, our weakest position right now. Like our wide receivers are pretty sick, and obviously we have Jalen Hurts and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, like that wide receiver core, I think, especially with the capital at the wide receiver core and just having those alphas there, like I like it.
Sorry, I'll be right back. I drank too much coffee before the show.
You did sell me on the floor aspect there of Warren, where it's like he has contingent value and he's got a bit of floor there.
Yeah, that's not like, I don't think that's necessarily speculation to say. Like Warren clearly played his way into a complimentary role last year. The team obviously likes him, like they talk highly of him, and I mean, for our money, he's better than Najee, but like you said, that's just contingency for him.
Yeah.
Chris knows so much ball, it's crazy.
Chris is speaking your language here.
Be right back. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. The Swift one's interesting right now. I kind of liked the pick, just given the fact that we stacked him up, pass catching back in that plus early down role. Hopefully, I think Gainwell will spell him on third downs a good amount there. But some news this morning that Rashad Penny might start on the pup there. And they changed the rules, so it's not like the 5-week thing. It's only like the 3-week thing, and he could still come back. But to hold some roster spots and whatever, there is a little bit of FUD that Penny's not going to be ready by the time in which everyone thought he was going to be. I don't know. There's there's other people on the roster, obviously. Like there's Trace
I think-
Sermon and
I think Gainwell is, and Kenneth Gainwell cannot have a 3-down role. I'm aware of that. I just think that he's more going to be, he's just more involved. Like just seeing him third there, I think the Eagles view him as it's a committee. There's no one here that's going to be RB1, and Gainwell is going to get all the opportunity in the world.
Yep. I agree with you.
So I've been really on Kenneth Gainwell. I've been buying up a lot of him in previously. I love his price. And for like a backfield that we all know Jalen Hurts is the RB1 basically on this team.
At the goal line for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's just basically up in the air between all these guys. We've seen they have it was a small $1 million deal on Penny. Like something like that.
It was a little bit more, but yes.
Yep. Okay. Small deal to Penny, small capital they gave for Swift. Like they don't have much invested in these RBs. So like, it's not like they went all in. They're like, this is going to be the guy. So
we're talking Philly.
Yeah, we're talking
the backfield.
And just he was bringing up Penny and possibly being out. It's like, I still think Kenneth Gainwell is way more involved than people are giving credit for.
Oh, wow. We're all the way back.
Yeah, this is a quick one.
There's Taekwon. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I like Taekwon.
Yeah, Taekwon. Let's do it.
I'm cool with it.
I think we might have. I'm looking at the board here. Hold on 1 second before I say something stupid. Oh, it didn't matter. It didn't make it back. Okay. Because I was saying we might have effed up by the Jalen Warren pick and the Higbee pick by not taking Alec Pierce there, but he didn't make it back. That's why he wasn't at the top of the queue.
Correct. Yeah. I was kind of watching that. That was my favorite. Yeah, it would have been really fun, but oh well.
Definitely shaping up to be a 3 tight end team, but we don't have to take those other 2. You don't have to take
put in the chat some options there.
For tight end?
Yeah, that's way down the road. You don't need to look at it yet.
Yeah, way down the road.
Oh yeah, if you like those guys.
I mean, there's options.
So like kind of weird, but like a Jerome Ford detour potentially, just to like, I don't know, maybe.
I think I like Chuba more.
Okay.
Like our wide receiver room is really good. Like I think we should take a running back here.
Okay. If we're going running back, I prefer Chuba to Ford.
Okay.
I'm on that train now. And there maybe there's a little bit of conversation to be had there by pairing Herbert and Foreman.
I've done it, yeah.
Like, and just, doing what Pat did last year with the Rams running back, say Rams running back because one of them was Sony Michel, but with the Dolphins running backs, right? Like I've seen people do it with the Dolphins running back this year too, where they pair like Mostert and Wilson, do something like that.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. 2 things I wanted to touch on real quick. One, with Wandale and looking at the Giants there, personally, how I'm handling the Giants wide receivers is like, I mean, I've taken my fair share of Hyatt and Slayton, but I'm kind of like easing up on these wide receivers, and I'm waiting for like things to shake out toward August, because my thought process is once we get some more clarity on this wide receiver room, I don't think it's going to raise ADPs. I don't think people are excited about these wide receivers, even once we do figure out who is maybe going to be getting more reps than another guy. So hopefully we can get some clarity, and then I can start to feel more confident about taking those guys when they do go. And then on the Philly front with Penny, like that Penny.
Before you do the Philly one, let's do the Giants one for 1 second.
Yeah.
Hodgson's my favorite of the group, and Wandale opens up the season on the pup list. That's my current mindset and bets right now.
Okay.
Whether I'm right or not, who knows? But
yeah, if he's not, that would be big. If he's not on the pup list, but on the Philly running back stuff, like that report that came out that again, like another like report that Levitan like boosted, that was like just like speculation from the beat writer as far as like how to keep Penny on the roster, and like I don't think that is a big. I would be surprised if that is like a big conundrum for the Eagles. Like, oh my gosh, like we have to figure like Penny, I think from my vantage point, looking at the running back room, is a lock to be on that team. Like if they cut Penny, like they're really going to go into the season with like Swift, Gainwell and Scott, just like the tiniest running back room ever. Like
Yeah.
Trey Sermon, I think, is done. If he
Yeah.
hasn't, like the career arc of Trey Sermon, all that says is like he's done. Like he's just there.
Yeah.
Like for you're muted.
Lenny to the Eagles.
So do you think
Just saying.
they would be
No,
like?
I'm just saying
bitch-
if they cut, if Penny and yada yada yada, they just, which I agree with you. I don't have any reason, but I'm just trying to think of what weird thing the Eagles would do. Bring a vet minimum guy. I'm trying to what running back would make sense. They don't need a Dalvin. They basically have that.
Can you
and they don't-
imagine Zeke as like let's take a
Oh
little
my
bit of the
gosh.
workload off of Hurts at the goal line? Can you
Zeke in
imagine
the
Zeke
Eagles
coming
uniform?
in there in a Eagles uniform with like a dark visor, like just playing like, Darth Vader role, like just going full-fledged
Oh,
heel
gosh.
turn play. Oh God.
He kind of makes sense.
It'd be like DeMarco Murray. It'd be like DeMarco Murray all over again.
It would make sense, right? For like a between the tackles type of rusher.
Yep.
It would absolutely make sense. As
Josh
we
Downs is a stack.
I think Downs.
Yeah, let's do that,
Okay.
and then cap off the wide receiver room.
Oh well,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
because the
then
next 2 picks will have to be tight ends.
Next 2 picks
Yeah.
are tight ends. Okay, let's do it.
Beautiful.
Now
Absolutely.
the question with tight end now will inevitably become the
Okay.
best player available, or do we
Well,
do some funky
Mayor
stacking?
Stacks. We have another one that
bring
also
back?
is a bring back.
I think-
Is it bring back? We have
Yeah,
another
I
one as a
think
bring back.
Mayer.
And yeah,
Okay,
mean,
let
that's
me
just an
look
option
at the
that's
tight
been-
end. Let's do the tight end page for a second here.
I mean, there's the other one. There's another. There's 2. There's 3 or 4 that could work.
Yeah, I think Mayer's right.
Yeah, with the bring back with Richardson, right? Like we're saying,
Mm-hmm.
essentially what we're kind of saying, if we really want to make this AR pick hit, is like Fields or Hurts gets us to the finals, but
Yep.
Richardson wins us the finals with, because and Mayer helps with the bring back.
And the game that pops off and the game that you need is Chiefs Bengals, and we got the outs covered. So it doesn't matter that we don't have the quarterback, because we get different with 3 rushing touchdowns from AR. Oh my
money,
God.
money.
Dude, are you
I
kidding
love
me?
money.
Money. Michael Mayers finds the end zone twice on the bring back. Oh my God, this team's coming together. Holy
Picture
shit.
this.
I could feel it.
My God, this team has Red Lambo written all over it. Red
Oh, boy.
Lambo, John's garage.
I'm thinking more of a chrome McLaren.
Chrome McLaren, like it. All right. Actually, do you guys have are you guys car guys? Are you
Not really.
do you guys have a one?
Like the car I want.
Yeah, if you tomorrow you binked something crazy, you're set for life. Like, what is the first car you would buy?
I'm not a nice car.
No.
I would
Like
say
that- that's
I
what
actually do have one. Like my dream car would be like renovated is not the right word, maybe souped up, but like I want like the body of like those old M3s, like the BMW M3s. I love the bodies of those, and with like new parts, so that way it runs as if it's like new. That's me. Nez, why do I look like a why am I a Volvo guy? Terrence, explain this.
I will. I'll explain it on T-Bear's behalf.
Because I love safety.
As to why your safety, triple condom, double, Nez had never had sex before his wedding night.
Nope.
And then he came to the bedroom and he just went like this. All the condoms all the way went down all the way
On
to
my
the floor.
wedding night.
You guys walked into the dealership. You look like a Volvo guy. Triple condom, am I right?
If you
Oh,
buy
man.
a Volvo,
There's-
you can get a free trip to the factory. I think in Germany. I think that was a thing.
Here, you want to hear? Chad's got one. If I win BBM3 this year, I'll give away a car on this stream. I'll do it. It won't be like a crazy car. It'll be like I promise.
Taxes, brother.
If
That's
I
hilarious.
if I win BBM3, clip this right now. I will give someone on this stream a car.
Let's go.
It won't be like something crazy. I'm not giving you like a Lambo or like something like that. I'll give someone a car. I promise.
You'll give everyone the winnings in Mitch Keller or Mitch Keller in exposure, which is a 2022 like basically Nissan Altima. Congrats. You just got Nez's Mitch Keller exposure in terms of a car.
Oh man.
Chip,
I'm buying a tank. Yeah, you got Mitch Keller in terms of a car. That was very good, Neumy. Oh man, appreciate the shouts. I've always wanted old guy Buick. My first car ever was a old guy Buick.
wow.
Are we doing it? Jelani?
Either Jelani or Fant for the Warren bring back. And I like Noah Fant. But yeah, we can do Woods. I'm fine with either of them.
Okay, no, you know what I think? I think we are correlated enough with Richardson. Richardson doesn't feel like the dude that you necessarily have. I want to take the ceiling of a guy like Fant tied to Gino, and there's a little bit of correlation to break the tie.
I prefer Fant.
Yeah, I like your thought there, Neumy. I think that was sharp. That was smart.
Jeez, this team is the winner.
I really like this squad. This is crazy.
The team's the winner.
Yeah, this team's fun. This team's fun. I don't know. I'm still torn on the 6th running back pick.
I like it.
Is it better served as a 4th tight end or 8th wide receiver? I don't know.
It's just with the archetype of backs, like Swift wasn't the whole thing last year. Not trying to bring it up, but the coaching staff doesn't like him. No, he was hurt.
Well, we didn't know that, but that's what ended up being the story.
But that's in his range of outcomes. Swift has never been like fully healthy for a season, so like we can just bring that into there. Like we don't know, like we can assume Herbert's going to be the starting running back. We like Herbert. But they also just drafted Roshan and they signed Donta Foreman. So the writing's on the wall that like, hey, we like Herbert. He's probably going to be the back, but he's not a 3-down back that can excel in continuing to get that role over and over and over with his size. Then you scroll down. I'm kind of missing who's our fourth one. I miss. Who's that?
That's McKinnon.
McKinnon. It's the same thing. Like McKinnon can give you the spike week. He can just as Swift easily give you a 0. So I mean, it's just I think with the archetype of these backs and how much capital we got, the elite quarterback, we have a nice wide receiver core, in my opinion. When we started off with that, I would do the 6th running back. Just like if we maybe if it was a different pick than Swift, and then we maybe did the Sutton pick as a running back, and we took like Charbonnet or AJ Dillon or something like that, maybe instead of McKinnon or Herbert. Then maybe I would say I would personally stop at 5, but I like the 6. That's how my thought process is.
Okay. Yeah. You talked me off the ledge a little bit there. I appreciate you. I'm looking for Izzy in this draft, and Izzy did not go.
He went completely undrafted?
Yeah, by the looks of it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Michael
because
Carter
Raise
went
It acting in the
177
chat.
though.
Michael Carter did?
177.
Okay. So maybe that's where the capital gets allotted opposed to going to Izzy. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. This is a good question for Nez because Nez was kind of in on the Izzy guy. I
do really like Izzy, but like this is kind of like all speculation that he is the RB1. And so they in the Athletic article where they kind of talk about the offensive changes in 2023, they highlight the running back room and talk about how it's crowded and say it remains unclear when Hall will be ready to go. It's been 6 months in surgery. So, he's still practicing, doing stuff off to the side. Carter and Knight struggled when Hall was out. Johnson was a non-football injury. The Jets think that and also believe that Izzy Abanikanda, whom they drafted in the 5th round, can make an immediate impact, is the quote in the article. Immediate impact. He's a home run threat and will be a part of the rotation right away. Is what but I mean that's just from Zach Rosenblatt. So
I also feel like if he gets the blessing of Rodgers and Rodgers hits it off at all, that's Rodgers' guy. Oh, he'll be in there. Like if Rodgers will demand and I'm not saying that's happened, but it's just that's another thing. If there's any inkling of That's my guy. Like I
Yeah.
like Izzy. Any hype from Rodgers,
was-
that's also gonna.
That he plays a heavy hand for sure.
That's like Brady. That's like Brady last year with Fournette, like just being like, "Oh yeah, White's not ready to pass pro for me." Yep, Fournette's in here. Like that's literally the same narrative, right? This one will not happen. I will never give away my current car. I'll restore the shit out of that before that happens.
What is it? What's the current ride?
I got the one that I love is Infinity G37 coupe, like 2-door coupe one. G37S.
Infinities are fun little rides. I rode in the passenger side of one.
Thing rips.
And it was a lot of torque.
Yeah. It's so fun to drive. It's just, and they sound so nice.
My mother used to have like a little little bug, Volkswagen Bug, but it was like a turbo. Dude, that thing would fucking fly. Like you look really silly
else attached to it.
Kirby fully loaded
engine and wheels.
Dude, it would like it shoots you back in your seat, man. That little thing, like you hit 30 like it's nothing, and you look hilarious in a little red Beetle.
Hearing you say hit 30 when I'm thinking kilometers, I'm like, this guy's, what's he talking about?
50 kilos.
Yeah. Let's this is good. I saw Cunningham in the chat here. Yeah. Maybe Pendle Cunningham. Maybe some correlation there. I don't know.
It's got to be
through the weeds here. Yeah, but yes, this was BBM4. But no more BBM4.
Yeah, and before we transition, just want to remind people, I think Wednesday we're going to officially announce who wins the giveaway, but we have a giveaway going on, in case you missed it, on the last video where we had Pete on. Just leave a comment, say something nice, what's your favorite thing that Neumy ever done, what's your favorite Neumy quality, whatever you want to do, leave a comment, and we will pick one person from that list via a little spinning wheel to give $100 to the merch store, the Deposit Kingdom merch store. So if you haven't left a comment yet on that last video, make sure you do.
Yeah, and I will say, just check the housekeeping, and it's everyone give a round of applause for 41 viewers. We have 33 likes, and I haven't said.
Oh, not bad, not bad. Everybody's in a good. Everyone's in a good.
It has to be said. It's something that has to be said. If you are not, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it so much. Like the video, notification bell. John may not know what it does, but I do. And then it lets you know when we go live. So you'll be able to click that and boom right to your phone or preferred device. But yeah,
sorry, I know we've got baseball on tap. I need to call Bria for a second. She's traveling internationally right now, and
where to?
She's going to Kenya with YouTube. And
wow.
And she missed her flight because there's a big holdup on the way there. So I think I need to need to talk to her, calm her down for a second. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, you go.
Let me do the transition
duties
for you.
Yeah, you got husband.
All right,
duties.
sounds good. Yes. Okay. For the record, so we can get this out. For the record, this guy left his audio on. We can hear the phone call.
I'll mute it.
Can you hear it ringing?
I muted it. Yeah, I muted it.
Oh, we could have listened in on their sweet, sweet nothings. Oh, baby, it's going to be fine. Don't worry. They're going to have a new flight soon. Like, oh, just like sweet talking his girl.
Let me call my guy right now and hook you up with a new flight. Like, you want to go first class? Actually, we did.
Oh, man.
I got a guy.
Okay. For the record, if I said the words BBM3, I meant BBM4. I will be held accountable for this one. If I win the $3 million, I will give away a car on stream. I promise. Okay. Now, we'll clarify what kind of car it is, but it'll be at least a $10,000 car.
How about that? You're getting Mitch Keller. You're basically
I'm giving at least a Mitch Keller away. Okay. There you go.
Hey, and I will say, John, this is an unreal feat because before I finish this, or as I continue to say this, we are reaching the 1 hour mark, and we have now fully done a draft in NFL and have transitioned to baseball. Unreal.
Unheard of.
We get 1K subs, and John all of a sudden has a strict agenda.
We got ourselves. Actually, I'm going to recap the team real quick just before we close the book. a 2.673, where the combinatorial ownership, according to Chad Sample, for the first 3 picks was 0.45%, which is, we love to see it. Jalen Hurts, Anthony Richardson, Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, Jerick McKinnon, Jalen Warren, Chuba Hubbard, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Christian Watson, Kadarius Toney, Cortland Sutton, Tyquan Thornton, Josh Downs, Tyler Higbee, Michael Mayer, Noah Fant. Neumy, is it your favorite or your second favorite BBM that we have done on stream together so far?
No, this is yeah, my favorite squad.
I think
There wasn't really a pick that obviously you guys saw it from me not getting tilted, but there wasn't really a pick that wasn't, the only thing maybe I guess that you could have done different. Like I would have, I didn't say it obviously. I didn't want to come up and say it afterwards because we all know what I went. I would have preferred this guy here. Well, why didn't you say it? But the Cortland Sutton pick, I was in my mind thinking we could go with the running back, and then I would have capped us at 5. How that would have played out in the room, I don't know. I think the value is kind of right there. But yeah, other than
who did you prefer in that grouping? Would you have taken like P. Ryan Cook, Charbonnet, or
I liked for
Robinson?
me, I liked Charbonnet, and I also liked the idea of possibly moving up Dillon and getting the Packers just getting a Dillon and Watson double, and then we really didn't need to get a Viking. I don't think you didn't need to push that because they're just playing the Vikings D. So
sure.
So yeah, I like that. That was just an interesting thing. I mean, obviously, I love the way it turned out, but yeah, it was a really nice squad. I like it a lot.
This would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna do that for someone, but I would not make you drive around in that. But that would be pretty freaking hilarious.
Oh my gosh, the BadgeBros mobile.
All right, let's do baseball. We got 2 contests today. We got the cycle, the $9 12-person draft. We got the 6-person drafts with the 5 and the Moonshot Monday. Both 7 gamers, the ideal size, IMO, ideal size for a baseball slate. 7 games is my favorite. I am going to bring up Neumy did a sheet. Nez did a sheet. What am I looking for here? I am so
either the
dumb.
overview or the matrix, whatever you want to do first. So
I was going to do team total real quick here.
Perfect.
There we go.
Soon you'll be able to click that NFL tab, will auto-populate, and you'll see those sweet team totals.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? All right, here we go.
That was the most Canadian thing I've heard in a month. Oh my Lord. Clip that, please, Nicola. Oh my God. Clip that and use that for anything else, because that was unreal.
I honestly don't even know what I said.
Oh yeah, no doubt, eh? And just the way it rolled off your tongue was just way more Canadian. It was great. I loved it so much. It was like I was standing in just. Oh, it was great. That was.
It was like you were drenched in maple syrup, wrapped in a Canadian flag, beneath a maple tree, as I shot pucks against the glass.
Yeah, as I'm standing in the crowd for the Canadian, I was that guy. I'm running up, trying to run onto the green because I'm just there for the country, baby. Let's go.
Oh man. All right. Red Sox, Rangers, Rays, kind of all at the top here. I flirted with putting Corbin Carroll on the thumbnail because I think he's one of the best plays on the slate today. He's just going to bury us in the dinger contest. I'm just fine with it.
Doesn't score in the playoffs.
Yeah, there you go. But any of these totals, any of these teams jumping out to you, Neumy, that you really like right now? I'll bring up your sheet.
So what I was gonna kind of go to my little sheet. I can just see this, and I made this strictly off my opinions and then basically my thresholds. I can tell you, but popular stack was just like 3 or 4 people within the top like 25, and then obviously that goes, but. From this, immediately, I see the Red Sox and Giants as some targets. As a good offense against a bad pitcher for me, how I view it. And their ADPs, besides you see their Rafi Devers at 5. I think it's Yoshida at like 29, and then all of the Giants are very, very obtainable. So that's what I kind of see right away. And then you kind of go off there. You know what I mean? Like I still think the Rays and Phillies, I'm going to go ahead and attack. And same with the Rangers. It's just it's just for me to see where the market is, and the Rays, I believe, have a like their whole team within the top like 30, so they're going to be
I'll pull it
drafted
up.
quite a bit. But yeah, that's just how I kind of view it right away. As the Red Sox and Giants, some fun targets.
Rays have ADPs 7, 8, 10, 19, 27. We're going
So
deep
whole
on the
team,
roster
but
here.
But yeah, a lot of them are being drafted. And then, if you just typed in Red Sox, you'll see Rafi even move down a little bit. And then
basically everybody else is in the late 20s outside of Devers.
Yep. And then the same thing, the Giants is even more the same. No one, basically 25 is Tyro Estrada, and then everyone else is free. But we know the thing with the Giants and how they play, and always a little bit of a risky pick. But yeah, that's how I kind of view it right away. Just as a whole.
Lamont Wade Jr. go to the IL yesterday?
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought I saw some note about something happening with him, but he doesn't have an out tag, and for whatever reason, they're projecting him to sit. But he sat.
Yeah, he's up against a lefty.
Okay, so they're projecting double sitting there, and then Estrada probably leads off again. Slater moves up in the lineup. JD Davis hits third. Wilmer Flores gets back-to-back starts. Then.
Yep, that's what I would project. Schmidt is going to be in there too, most likely.
Lane short, yeah. And
I like their righty lineup, but they just half the lineup gets pulled once they bring in a righty. So
exactly, yeah.
And they've got tough righties in the bullpen in St. Louis, so that feels like a foregone conclusion.
That's a good shout too. It's a good
shout.
The
13 gamers are tough. There's a lot to break down. There's a lot to dissect. This is the sweet spot right now. The 7 gamer is the absolute sweet spot because it gives you enough teams where there are contrarian options, and it gives you enough leeway to deviate from that, but it doesn't make you go down like some crazy rabbit hole of like you're going to lose to the bottom of the Marlins lineup when they have a 3.1 team total, blah, 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 right?
Right. Yeah. You do have to kind of cover your bases or decide your own risk tolerance with 13 games, knowing the possibilities of which you could lose are endless.
Right.
And the way it feels.
Yeah. One last shout for me on that sheet is I think you could make a case to move potentially the D-backs to the good offense if you want.
I love me some D-backs. You know that.
Yeah. And then the other shout on them is I'm pretty sure it's just Corbin Carroll as the 101, and then everyone else on the D-backs is 25 or less. So you can move them to wherever, add that, but just seen as basically Corbin Carroll's the only one that's being drafted. Everyone else is attainable. For the Reds, just Ellie. Like sometimes on these teams I put on there with the ADP, it's just those guys with that ADP, and then everyone else is free. So yeah. For good reason, the Royals, A's, Rockies are free. You know what I mean? You can see the good reason for that, and it's just kind of a good way to see the macro slate kind of going off that. But yeah, go ahead, John.
Is the only game that's not on the slate today the Atlanta-Detroit one?
Correct.
Okay. Let's look at starting pitcher in tandem with Nez's sheet. He is doing this for free for everybody as well. Both of these sheets are available in the Twitterverse. Did you guys put it in the Discord thread yet?
Yeah, I did. I just posted a little link in there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So these guys doing all the research and all the initial stuff for you guys. Just go ahead and give her a little read. I will put them both in the chat right now so you guys can have access to that. Nez, walk me through the pitching side of the slate.
Yeah, so pitching to me is pretty segmented in terms of tiers. So we have Eflin versus the A's, who doesn't go as high as I think he should. Paxton versus the Rockies, who is kind of like a dirty little secret right now at pick 20. And then Logan Webb, in my opinion, against the Cardinals. These are my top 3 pitchers. These are my top 3 targets. Luzardo against the Mariners today is kind of dicey because it's a bad platoon matchup, but Luzardo offers big K upside, and I think still has a pretty good ceiling today. Dane Dunning is always going
Your
to be
boy.
somebody.
Your boy.
I'm always going to be over the field on Dane Dunning. Angels rate out really well in stack projections, depending on your source. They always will, just because of for the most part, because of Ohtani and Trout. But Dunning does have the ability to kind of limit some soft contacts or some hard contacts. So I am going to have a little bit of Dane, mostly in the cycles, but I don't think Dane Dunning is as bad of a play as he kind of looks based on the way that the field is valuing him. So I'm always going to be somebody that goes against the field on Dunning. The rest of these guys are kind of like really mixed in, as far as I really don't know what to do with them. I'm avoiding these guys if possible, but Greinke
Bryce
to me,
Miller discount is kind of fun to buy back into.
Yeah, against the Marlins.
Good pitchers park. Yeah, good pitchers park, good matchup where you basically only have to worry about Soler and De La Cruz has been nice as well. That being Brian. De La Cruz has been pretty nice recently. So between Soler, De La Cruz, and
Arias,
are
you still struggling?
We can say it. Come on.
Now it's a little bit of a bit, but yes, Arias.
A little bit. So yeah, it is, but no, it is a really good bounce back spot. Like I am kind of like burying him there, but that's just because I think Greinke and Strom have better floors, and Soler is just like white hot right now. But Miller is in a really good bounce back spot for sure.
Yeah, that was the first one that jumped out to me relative to ADP and like just how we were valuing him 3 weeks ago versus how we're valuing him right now, and then just kind of projecting opposed to looking at recency. Yeah, man, yesterday, like obviously Jock and the Giants, you were all over that. They broke the slate, and then you needed like kind of like Soler as the one-off in that afternoon slate, like the 3-gamer, the 4-person drafts when the projections went away or whatever, there were those zeros. I went back and I looked. I ended up doing 33 in like a 45-minute window. I had 11 Trout plus Ohtani, and 3 of them I had Trout, Ohtani, and Julio, and I just didn't do anything. Trout was 1.5 feet away from an opposite field grand slam too, but pretty crazy.
Yeah, man, that was a nuts slate. I had the best lineup that didn't have any points from pitcher. In fact, I got negative points from Logan Gilbert, and my team was so sick. God damn. But man, Blake Snell, 21 points in cores. Like, what a bad man.
Someone didn't get the memo. It's not the second half.
Yeah, there you go.
What is Blake Snell? Second half guy?
Snell.
Yeah, usually it's all of a sudden like, oh, just don't worry, like just start Blake Snell in the second half. Like he'll be good to go.
Pick 130 in the 7th inning stretch. Just criminal.
Has he been hurt this year, or has he just been Has he been kind of mediocre? Because I thought he's been decent, right?
No, he's been decent. Yeah.
And he's only dropped an ADP. Gotcha.
Yep.
Because he was like 80, 90 range in the dinger.
I think it's the perception of the team a little bit too, because like he hasn't been like setting the world on fire.
Being a Philly, you're undervalued. So
right there you go.
Padre, you're undervalued. Okay, that's a good point.
What do you guys think? Should we just hop on in here?
Yeah, let's show the people how it's done. We might have some baseball newbies here. Let's break this down for you in real time. Like, based on what we talked about, and then you see this here. The Rangers, I don't get it. I don't know what we're doing. Like, you can't even see a Texas Ranger here.
Yeah.
And they play Tyler Anderson at home.
Yeah.
Like, Josh Young was going like top 10, like in earlier slates with more games. And now you have to scroll down like a couple tiers to find him. I am going to be all over the Rangers to start until the ADP corrects.
Yeah, they just got moved to a unique stack because they only have 2. Yeah, they only have Simeon and Seager at like 15 and 17, and then it's just everyone's free. So
is Marcus Simeon's hit streak over?
It is
at 25.
Yeah, that was sick though. That's a record that'll like never be broken.
Yeah, how many is it? 54? 50? Something
Damn
like
it, I
that,
can't
right?
remember.
Here, one more. One more. Get in here, friends.
80, isn't it 84?
No, 84? No way. It's like 60 or 50. 61 would.
Google sucks.
No,
Are we
50,
talking about the longest hit streak? Like
Yeah.
DiMaggio?
56,
right?
Yeah.
56. There you go.
Right?
Everything old John
Yep.
Boy didn't know that.
No DiMaggio hit streak. Oh, did you already figure it out? Was it?
Yeah, it's 56. I
There's a
always
lyric, there's a song lyric that I know that from. So yeah,
really?
woo, music.
Oh, we got friends and family in here. We got TK hanging out. We got T-Box.
Notice
AD
me,
I saw
senpai.
in the chat earlier.
Notice me.
Yeah, that's such a good nickname.
Every time
Their
I see that,
username.
man, I'm just like, notice me, senpai. Every time,
Whoa.
every time.
Don't tease Nez with this one. Don't tease Neumy with this one.
Yeah.
Well,
Good old
former
Minnesota
twin.
boy. Minnesota. Yeah, no, I think Garver starts today. Probably at the expense of Jonah Heim, but I haven't seen when he last took a rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Brett, you can like that team is that's such a sick start.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate the kind words. Appreciate all the kind words from the community today. Big ups. What do you guys think about doing the Devers thing and then seeing if we can mix and match some Devers plus Giant or plus Rangers or Giants?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Yep.
We can do anything we want.
Damn right we can.
This slate is our oyster, man. No,
It's
it
our
just doesn't make
sandbox,
sense.
baby. It's our Zen garden.
I'm gonna be in here all day, I think.
You guys want to hear a story about a Zen garden? This is very funny.
I feel like
You guys know what they are,
We
right?
don't have the fucking campfire emojis, John. You mother.
Do you guys know what a Zen garden is, though?
I mean, is it a garden where you just like shut the fuck up and
It's it's a Japanese like cultural thing. Wow, T-Box is on a strata leading off, taking him at 7 right there.
it's cool.
He's ahead of the curve. I got a plan. You guys ready for this plan?
I'm shocked that you have a
We
plan.
double tap Rangers infield. Don't care who. And then we start with 3 infielders. You get what I'm saying?
And then
Mhm.
we have
And then we
endless
have all the back
possibilities.
endless possibilities with Boston.
Yeah.
You guys like Simeon here?
Mhm.
Yeah. Back to having more options on a certain position. So then you just by simply knowing the Boston Red Sox next basically tier of players all come in the outfield is just helpful in drafting.
I mean, there's
Basically,
5 possible.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Adam Duvall did not play yesterday, just FYI. I don't know what that means for today's slate. It probably just means he's back in there. Tristan Cassis and Kike are basically the only other infielders who ever get clicked. And then whoever's playing shortstop and at the bottom of the order between Colton Wong and who's the other guy, Vargas? Emmanuel Valdez. There you go, that guy.
Well, looks like we get Seager.
Yeah, so you guys want to do the Seager thing here? Or do you guys want to try and pick a one-off bat? Or do you want to stick to the plan?
We could either do Seager or Paxton.
Going once.
We can stick with the plan. Let's just see how it works out.
All right.
Randy's a tough pass, but we're stacking, so
Yep. I'm about it.
yeah. Ellie's in a really good spot to pop off. I mean, he's hitting lefty. So I'm just saying. I'm sorry, talking to Kid Cuddy's comment here, but
we just got absolutely fellatioed on the corner by
T-Box. Come on,
by T-Box and Barry. When
no.
Yoshida, Verdugo, Turner,
Well, you know what we do?
Absolutely cranked.
We take a Adolis Garcia.
Yeah, I'm about it.
Is Mike Trout dead? What has happened? Were we not taking Mike Trout?
He's going against Cy Young himself.
Dane Dunning. Oh God. Yeah, let's go with. You know what? The Adolis is gonna. Okay, well, let's do it. Adolis is going to be there on the way back. I think taking a one-off Trout or Soler there makes a lot of sense. But the thing is, they're probably not getting double tapped anyways. So one of them is going to come back to us if we want to make that decision.
It's going to be Pade's choice if he takes Trout there, and I could see him doing something cute.
So this becomes interesting here. What makes you feel better about this team? Because we've basically lost all the outfield stacking options that will be around Devers, unless it's Duran leading off, which is like kind of blah.
He takes Pavin Smith.
I think
this team just wants Trout. Yeah, this team's begging for Mike Trout.
Where does that leave us with pitching?
We're not going to take.
It's got no. That's just too Trout. Like
Yeah, I mean, I still want to try. I like to know where it does leave me because, like, most likely, then you're either going to be
Webb and Luzardo are probably gone.
I can't hear you when you go like this, Stevie.
Sorry.
What'd you say?
Well, it's just like we're going to take. So we're left with all of the guys that I absolutely hate. All right. So hopefully we can get one of Webb or Luzardo, preferably Luzardo. But
well, it feels gross, but like the Royals are like depleted as shit right now.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
And Weaver is like probably the backstop base because like it can't be Anderson because we just stacked the Rangers.
Yeah.
And Bryce Miller's gone, correct?
Yep, Bryce Miller went early in this one. How about my guy Seabold who went with a one hitter in Coors last time out?
Oh, and just like thread the needle.
Even with Rafi.
Weaver or Greinke? Guys. I have Greinke above Weaver in my take sheet, but I think Weaver is facing a weaker lineup. But I just think Greinke's a better pitcher. Henry poses some interesting platoon leverage because Philly is pretty lefty dominant.
I think it's Greinke or Weaver.
I'll tell you that I don't think it's Greinke. Greinke is just worthless in my opinion. Like with no K floor whatsoever. I mean, Weaver got shelled last time, but it was
the Royals are just poo.
All right,
sure they can. Sure, the Royals can, but like when you just look in the lineup compared to everyone else, the Royals don't. I've put up like the least threat. But when you're a pitcher of his caliber, maybe it doesn't matter what kind of threat is there. So
right, yeah. Is this like the like Olivares like 3-homer game? Like he's hitting like
the Jackie Bradley 3-homer game.
Like it's gonna be like Prado, Witt, Salvi, and then Melendez. And then from there, you're looking at like Olivares, Michael Garcia, like Michael Massey. Like these are not names that I'm necessarily scared of. So
I kind of want to stack Royals after saying that.
It's projectable. We know who's going to start.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, couple things there. The Greinke one's interesting because like I will never play Greinke in this format just because like the K floor is like so important. But he's been going all right and whatever. But Stokastic has 4 hitters projected for more points than Zach Greinke today. Like that's
4
rare.
hitters.
Yeah, that's rare. Stokastic likes Luke Weaver and Tommy Henry over Bryce Miller, Dane Dunning, and those previously mentioned. They have Weaver as their 5th highest projected pitcher. They actually have James Paxton as their highest projected by like a pretty decent margin. Just interesting to compare.
The bat has Weaver at 6, and then I don't know if is it Matthew Liberator. They have him now. Granted, it's only 1 point high. It's a drop off from Webb to them, but they have Matthew Liberator as their 5th, or as the 5th, which is
I mean, talked about him in the past as like he was kind of like you want a comp? He's the Mitch Keller comp, where like he's like the failed prospect who's now a little bit older, who it's like, hey, is he figuring something out? Kind of, he's a year behind Mitch Keller as like that guy because he was the Randy Arozarena trade piece.
Yeah, he's still really young too.
Yeah, he's 23.
Doesn't have a lot of starts at the major league level. Yep. Yeah, he's 23. He faced a really tough I mean, the Rangers are tough as hell. So he could potentially do something against the Giants. I just don't.
You were at that game.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
What's the boots on the ground?
I mean, the Rangers are just goated, and he got knocked around. So this is like, I think he's somebody to like watch for sure. I think he's more of a cycle play for me today. If I have to, I think Liberatore can overperform in the cycle. I will say, man, I think I'm surprised that they like Tommy Henry. I thought Tommy Henry would be like a bit of a trap because he pitched well against the Rockies. And then he got knocked around by the Nationals. Yeah.
You guys like Ohtani over Carroll?
Oh, man. Corbin Carroll is the best player on earth, I think. But
okay. Other than Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, I think Ohtani loves Texas. That's the thesis. He's in my area.
Yeah, thank you. All friends of the show chiming in. Drew, Carlos, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Yeah, T-Bear saying he likes the Weaver stuff. That's good. All right. Ellie gonna pop off today, boys?
Probably more likely than not.
Yeah, although if there is a starting pitcher to kind of go out there and to try and confuse them and use as just uniqueness, like Greinke go out there and just be different.
Greinke's been up for 5 days straight looking at Ellie film, trying to figure out what his weakness is.
It might be because it's recent and I saw this, but you see the Greinke Joey Votto story where
that's what I was going with.
Yeah, he tried to get him out and he just goes, I'm just gonna throw him a hanging slider, and the coach was like, I wouldn't really like advise it, but if that's what you want to do, I'm not gonna argue it. Like, he's so good at picking up spin and just a batter. He's like, I'm just gonna throw, and you probably say it more eloquently than me, but like, yeah, just throw him a hanging slider down the plate and not have him expect that. Like,
yeah, the story was that they had so much back and forth and so much data on one another, and he knew that, Joey Votto is such a good professional hitter that if he was anticipating slider over and over again, he would anticipate X amount of drop and he would be there to hit it in his swing path. So he was like, I'm just going to throw him hanging sliders, which is insane. But he's like, yeah, he's such a good hitter that he's not going to anticipate the fact that these are hanging, and he's going to swing beneath sliders instead of swinging over the top. And he just threw him hanging sliders.
I wish I knew the outcome of that at bat, because I saw that story, but I don't know what ended up happening.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know either.
It certainly didn't pop up.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, just Greinke's done that, and then he's the Miguel Vargas thing in the spring where he's just like, I'm just gonna literally like I know he can't, so I'm just gonna F with him and throw different pitches and throw an ephus and then throw. It's just hilarious. Like,
yeah, he's a good personality.
We got some decisions to make here. If we don't want to get froze out at pitcher again, maybe thrusting up pitcher here makes sense. Doing a stack with Mike Trout is always going to tickle my fancy. Double tapping the Philly guys makes sense. Double tapping the Texas guys makes sense again, unless Seager went. Never mind.
Yeah, but over Simeon is kind of strange.
Who do you guys like?
I think the Phillies guys are interesting, even though they're going against lefties.
3, 2, 1.
I'm cool with Harper.
Phillies.
Now, do you want to do the double stack with Schwarber, or do you want to do the stack with Trout, or do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you see as like for me? It's like, I don't like, how would your brain view this? Because I'm like, I would just build out another squad, potentially trying the same and do the opposite on another team. You know what I mean? That's like, I want both options.
I would take a pitcher.
I would take Trout.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I'll take
basically
Trout
now that I've taken Trout,
room gives us.
Next time maybe I would be like, all right, now I have that. I'm gonna do Shohei, Bryce, then Schwarber, and just know that that's because I like all the options. So I'm just gonna spread that around if possible.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't love Harper that much today. Like, I'm not as high on the Philly guys as the ADPs suggest.
I wish they were lower. I wish people were more fearful of like the lefty Henry. That's kind of what I was anticipating, was people would see it's lefty on lefty and want nothing to do with it. Trey Turner goes really late.
Yeah, I was just
So-
looking at that.
Well, not really late, but he was going earlier.
Interesting to see Nolan Jones pushed up like this. Walk-off home run yesterday, homered in back-to-back, a little bit of speed, former prospect pedigree.
Rockies have they have an interesting future, I will say.
Mhm.
I mean, they've got a guy, Zach Veen, who is like in the wings as well. He's a lefty.
Yeah.
This dude Nolan is a righty. Veen will be a
Nolan's a
stud.
lefty.
I thought Nolan was a righty.
I was lefty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zach Veen's like Ramel Tapia with pop. Like what everybody was excited about with Ramel Tapia coming up for the Rockies was like, hey, it's hit tool plus speed, whatever. I saw him in high A last year. He's kind of like this weird, like lanky-ish body frame and whatever. Yeah, he's just hasn't filled out yet, kind of thing. But dude could swing it.
Sweet stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, this is what like I was kind of worried about because, well, hopefully, yeah. Well, we got Miller making it back to us, so that's good. But I think Miller has to be one of these picks, personally.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think the thing was like if just making sure one of them came back to us. So I think Miller's one of the picks, and I think I want to do something like Bobby Witt and set up like a contrarian backstack with this start, or take like Estrada and then try and take like JD Drew with it. Set up like a backstack of a team that's not, Did
Witt go? Or is he just like below?
No, he's below, I think.
Yeah, I think Witt is a fun way to get up to first with this combo.
And then we can do like Salvi, Melendez.
Can't do Melendez. Melendez has the outfield eligibility now.
Oh yeah, and then this guy just takes Salvi one off Salvi Perez. That lines
awesome.
Up with the thesis.
Awesome, man.
Friend of the show.
Thought he was a friend of the show.
How about a I think you should leave sketch where the guy tilts underdog drafts, but with like a smile on his face. Like, how he gets like so bent up and angry. That's such a nice pick right there, buddy. Like just like like just goes fully into the camera. Yes, that was a great pick. Like, and he's just Neumy tilting, but with like that kind of energy.
I think we have to be the guys to do the skit.
We might have to. Naked Brock Purdy again, huh?
Oh, it's so sharp.
Oh, so sharp.
We're doing it. I'll write up the script. Oh, there goes Ellie.
So
Ellie went.
Fun.
Oh, that's Brian. I got.
No, Ellie goes at like the 1-2 turn every time.
Yeah,
they're not related, are they?
I don't think so.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Of the cruise.
Okay, so we got snipe job there on the Perez thing. We could do, and we got sniped on the Turner one right there too. Yeah, that's just a troll job.
I think it's like Michael Garcia if you want to do, or like Massey.
Doesn't feel great.
It feels awful.
Yeah, Vinny P's on the DL.
He is. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Real Muto,
or I guess Aspie or Bohm, but I don't know where Bohm is.
Gross. That team sucks.
Okay, nice. He sat yesterday.
Who did?
Real Muto. So he's in today. Okay. Not a bad squad. A one-off Bobby Witt, get on base with a steal. Maybe he does his like once a month 40-point game.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like Bobby Witt today. I'm not gonna lie.
Smells like a Bobby Witt slate.
Smells like a Bobby Witt day. One thing we did not hit on at the top that I was just relying on you guys to tell me.
Yeah, because it was fine.
It was buried because it's good. The only potential spot is here, and it's not really a spot.
Yeah.
I say we redeem ourselves with one more MLB draft and then we call it a day.
Yep.
I just don't think we can end on that draft after the double snipe right under our nose for the bid equity.
Yeah, we didn't feel as good about that as we wanted to.
Mhm.
Bobby Witt is due,
Oh.
but he's been due all season. Other than
I just saw your private.
yeah, no, this is good. This is good.
I never pay attention.
There we go.
Look at this friends and family here.
Oh, boy.
Josh Jams, just Brett T-Box.
Good to see you, Brett.
Yeah.
I
I think he won the other day.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, big shouts. Just Brett, one of the OG players on the site.
I can't believe he hasn't come out and said hi to us yet. Like, I know he's
him and
he's
Freezer,
here.
man. Him and Freezer. I know they're lurking.
Yeah, just like put an anonymous YouTube account together. Just say hi, man. Like we know you're here.
Yeah. Here's another good bit. Fake YouTube account of just Brett being just Brett making fun of just Brett.
That's
a good bit.
You're
That's
in
a
too
good
deep.
bit.
You've lost the plot.
That's a good bit. Dude, I lost the plot years ago.
I will say this Monday Moonshot is filling extremely fast. I made a prediction and I think that it's playing out pretty well. This will fill before we get the red timer, or just as soon as we get the red timer. I think Monday Moonshot fills.
I like it.
It's filling very fast.
I'm surprised everyone's not on Ohtani like me. I don't know. Is there some FUD that he might sit today? Is that
the MVP is going against him? Nez has stated it many a time.
People respect Dane Dunning, man.
Do you guys want to do the Ohtani and then just kind of see what happens, or do you want to try and set up Tampa? Or
I mean, I'm good with whatever, but Ohtani against Dunning seems it's like
he just
look what he's been doing. Yeah.
If you had to rank the top ADPs on the slate, I would go Ohtani, Carroll, Devers. That's how I would rank it. You guys different?
Yes.
Okay, what do you like?
I think the Rays and the Rangers just should be we should be fighting over Rays and Rangers, and we're not for some reason.
Even as one-off bats, like at the top of the draft, like you would prefer to take like Wander Franco right now over Shohei.
Against Caprillion with like the steals that he has, plus like the stack options. I'm gonna be all over Rays and Rangers until I'm at like 50% each.
Okay, cool.
It's just too easy. It's just too easy to do.
I mean, many have been on the record to call Wander Franco just Bobby Witt Jr. light. So many have been on the record saying that.
Hundreds are.
Franco then?
That or a pitcher. Like I think we're gonna get locked out of pitcher.
Let's get locked out of pitcher and fight our way out.
Yeah. F a pitcher. All my homies hate pitchers.
Yep, there goes father taking Luzardo. And
Good
Logan Webb is going to either Josh or Brett.
Good for him. You need cards, you need whoever. Yeah, good for him. Silliness. Silly season out here.
Hope you like Bryce Miller.
I
don't mind him.
I actually really like him a lot today.
Yeah, if Josh doesn't take him, then yeah, I think he's our pick 2020. Nice.
Oh, that's worse. I wanted the Rosarina to come back.
Not coming back, man. Not with the low Rosarina available, just like staring you in the face against James Caprillion. Okay.
Caprillion was kind of nice last time out. I will say that about Caprillion. I will say something nice about James Caprillion, that you want to talk about professional pitcher versus like gas can. James Caprillion, professional pitcher. Now, does he have gas can-esque tendencies? Absolutely. But he does. And Trout goes too. Okay, let's do the Rangers.
Calling him a professional pitcher because he's he's a professional. Is that the only reason we're giving him that tag? Because he's a gas can.
Let's do this. Let's get cheeky with it. Let's get cheeky with this.
Let's get cheeky. Oh, Nez, were you here for that? Oh, my brother, John just went for 5 seconds, just acted like I was one of his Canadian buddies, and he was just straight up there sitting on the couch, cute, having a good one, eh? Like he just straight up. I forget what the quote was, but I told Nick.
Nobody will
Nikolai to
ever
just
know.
clip it. No, I told him to
Nobody
clip
will
it.
ever know.
So when he's listening back, he's gonna just timestamp that real quick, and I told him to put it on anything. It will go with anything. Oh, it was great.
I will say the
fact
last few
is-
starts for Caprillion have been better. He's been not as bad.
Blind squirrel finds a
So
nut.
you
All right.
guys
Sorry,
want me to
speaker?
take Bryce Miller here, right?
I would prefer it
Oh yeah. Well,
for
do we
our
need?
viewers.
Oh, we do, I guess.
Okay. I do think the tier break in my mind for this slate is different than Nez at pitcher, and it's 5 and cut off. I don't care which of these 5 I have. I would obviously rank them like in the same tiers that Nez did. I like the Eflin, Paxton, and Webb first. Then I think I like Bryce Miller and Jesus Luzardo as like a mini tier. I think I like Luzardo more too. And then everybody else is just like fucking throw shit at the wall and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see. Well, I guess I won't be able to because the draft will shut down who Josh decides to go with, if he goes with the Weaver or if he's like in Grinky or Liberator.
Box is putting us in a body bag here with that.
Yeah,
Trout pick,
I think
and then with
Luzardo might be my number 2 pitcher on this slate. Like honestly.
ooh, fun, spicy.
That's spicy. I like it.
Rayleigh as a lefty who's going to hit 5th today.
That's fun.
I mean, we don't have to take him. I'm openly saying, because I did not chat about this pick before, I know we don't have to take him right here, and this is a mistake. Do not take your outfielder when the guy on the end already has 3 outfielders.
Who's Evers going to take? Evers is a stacker
But-
usually.
Yeah. So who's he on? Oh, Philly.
Nope,
Well,
all wide open there. JD Davis. He
Nice
is,
pick. Davis is one of the safer bats in San
Did you-
Francisco.
Did you call him JD Drew earlier?
He did. It was
Oh,
fun.
did
I
I?
heard that.
Classic.
I heard that for a
Baby
second, and I was
classic.
like, "Wait a minute, JD Drew." I was like, and then you just said Davis again. I'm like, "Wait, my man said JD Drew." I'm like, "That's a blast from the past."
Former Giant JD Drew. The
like
Giants
a-
just have a monopoly on
I just hear like the
JDs.
video game announcer, like the most like bland. And now batting, JD Drew.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just in the-
yeah,
just in the
so
game,
bland.
It's such a baseball name.
Isak Paredes,
Isak, baby.
Nathaniel Lowe, Brendan.
You can't
Wow.
queue up Isak with Nez in the stream and not take him. Talk
How about a more
blue ball.
contrarian piece?
Lowe is
Ooh.
really contrarian going against a lefty.
Garver. We should have done Garver or Heim.
It's Paredes, man. Isak is on a fucking tear. All you have to do is just let the dude hit. Quit platooning him. Just keep him in. Let him hit.
Yeah. 2 homers the other night versus Texas. All right, so we built out a little bit of a Tampa stack there, 3-man Tampa that isn't the normal one, and then 1 off Ohtani, 1 off Simeon. I like it, boys. I like it.
Yeah. It feels really good.
After doing a couple drafts here, I think Kansas City slightly undervalued. I
Yeah.
think Kansas City slightly undervalued. I think some of the auxiliary Tampa stuff's undervalued. I think Julio Rodriguez's ADP is atrocious. I think Boston is favorite stack for good reason and cheap. I think Texas is a very close second, and then the Rays are a third for me. Who do you guys like?
I think you nailed it, right? I think as we look at this slate, the Royals are definitely like undervalued. Like nobody wants to click them, but like the top of the order will be there for you every single time. So if you want to onslaught that or mix that in, be my guest. Christian Walker sitting there undrafted. I think the Diamondbacks, just are continue to be underappreciated. And Walker and Cattell seem like a really nice pairing today. Even Lourdes.
Cattell Marte, lefty killer, absolute lefty killer, gonna probably lead off today.
Yep. So that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I think like your sneakiest, grossest call, with the Royals, I think makes a lot of sense.
Neumy?
I mean, I don't even know if you have to really. I mean, obviously you see people on the Red Sox, but yeah, Red Sox, Rangers, Giants, just in the good teams facing a bad pitcher bucket that are very, very obtainable. You also go with D-backs, like you just said, who I think you could. I might be moving them like as a in between good and like okay tier, but after Corbin Carroll, take your pick. Like you can do the same thing with the Reds, but you see there the Royals, a good shout. Like bad offense, bad pitcher. They could just really move into that okay offense if you want, move it around. But either way, top of that lineup being undrafted, it like sign me up to get some exposure there. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the Rangers as we like just as honing in on them potentially. Giants are fun as no one's taking them except Father over there. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun slate because I think you can do it. And like the A's and Rockies for good reason aren't being taken, but again, they're not being taken at all except Ever and the boys. They'll make the 5-man stack, yada yada. But yeah, it's an interesting slate, and 7 games is fun. So yeah, sign me up for some Red Sox, Rangers, and Giants.
Yeah, this is a really fun slate. I do think it is push pitcher up the board day though. There is a clear distinct. The days in which I advocate for pushing pitcher up is less so the days that there's a standout ace, and more so the days when there's a clear definitive tier break after the first 3 or 4. And I think that's what we have today.
Yeah, it's an interesting pitcher slate for sure.
Okay.
I'm going to do everything in my power to not get locked out of those top 5. For better or worse. That's just how I like to play.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Absolutely. All right. Let's wrap her up there. Hit the wrap it up box. Again, just 3 dudes who play on the site who wanted to come together. We led with how thankful we are for the people that have helped us, for the good people in the Discord, that sort of thing. I'm thankful for you two. We've started something fun here. It's great. Yeah, warm, heartwarming bullshit. Okay, fuck off. Okay, done with it. Done.
Sentimental. Oh, gross.
Oh man, yeah, but this has been a lot of fun. So thank everybody again for jamming with us today. Don't forget, on Wednesday, our next show on this channel, we will be doing the definitive $100 gift card giveaway to Pete's store. And
yes.
You could spend that how you see fit, but I think there's a pretty obvious sub store within that store on where to then spend that. So go ahead, comment on the previous video, please, and thank you. Hit that like, that subscribe, that follow on your way out the door. Mr. Good Boy knows exactly what time it is. Yep. Here he comes, right? He's like, oh yeah, the wrap it up box is coming.
Let's go.
Any parting words, gentlemen?
See you in the streets. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck everybody. Yes. And we will be doing some US Open stuff this week on Hinge channel. Newbie's going to do some primer stuff with that. We will be on the Underdog HQ channel for whatever reason. If you are not subscribed to that one, link in the description below. And if you're not playing Underdog Fantasy, what are you doing? Promo code MLB for a 100% match deposit up to 100 USD on behalf of Nez Neumy, the platform of the people, and myself, everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.